Time for a swim? Beautiful. Yes, yes. Gotta cool off. Spring has sprung. Gah! I've had it. Gah! All right. Very well. Let's go. Well, don't get carried away. Of course. Gotta cool off. Ha! Best wishes. All right. Huh. Spring has sprung. Yes.
Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another Camilla Emblem clear video in Fire Emblem Heroes. Today we're taking on the pair of Alm and Faye in their very own Bound Hero battle on Infernal difficulty. So quite an unusual pairing. I think that Faye is certainly excited by the prospect of this Bound Hero battle, and I'm sure there are at least a few out there that are pleased by this one true pair that are together right here. But regardless, it's a Bound Hero battle, it's Infernal difficulty. As per usual, it's really not all that difficult, really geared towards newer players, which is nice. Newer content that's geared towards newer players is just fine, also helps replenish their orb counts, everything else. But there are only a couple of sort of tricky things. Obviously, the hedges here limit mobility for any troops like cavalry or infantry. There are certainly these walled off areas. The enemies themselves, the units will not advance on you unless you bait them or attack them on turn 1. So you can use as many turns as you need to orient your team in order to engage and attack. I think it actually probably would have been a little bit more interesting if they advanced on turn 1, because without them advancing, you can just take your time in positioning however you need to in order to snipe out one of the enemy forces, and then the rest of the enemy units will kind of funnel down. Since there aren't any flyers, they're all going to avoid the hedges, except for the armor that's got limited mobility to begin with. So again, really not that difficult at all. The Lance Knight here does have Wary Fighter and some pretty respectable defensive stats, at least a pretty high HP stat, as well as distant defense. So sniping him is a little bit more of a difficult prospect in terms of one-shotting him, unless you have armor effectiveness and a green. So, that could be one issue that you could run into potentially, but again, everybody runs dancers nowadays, so it's really not going to be an issue for anybody that runs dancers, because they can just nuker can get danced and then attack again, right? But if you're going to be playing the waiting game, this right here is actually a great spot to put a Blawraven unit, because they would be able to tank both the Cleric and the Red Cavalier. Either a Blawraven unit or perhaps even just a tanky blue. You could probably plant them right there just fine. Like I said, the Lance Knight here does have Wary Fighter, so if you do chip him down and attack into him, he'll have lower health, which could enable Faye's Wings of Mercy. So you just want to be wary that Faye does have Wings of Mercy, so she could potentially, there is the potential for her to teleport in if you're caught unawares. OG Alm here pretty much has his standard kit. And then you've got the Cleric here with Flash Plus, which is somewhat interesting, does prevent counterattacks on your team, so you want to be mindful of that, of course. And then there's the Axe Cavalier down here that has a Slaying Hammer, as well as attack speed ruse. So if you have anybody in this cardinal direction to Alm, because the Axe Cavalier is going to buff Alm, they'll be hit with the guard effect, so just bear that in mind. Also has a slaying hammer, like I said, as well as Gale Force, and ruse attack defense 3, so because he's kind of isolated by himself, this ruse attack and defense is going to go off, which will give him an activated buff to his attack and defense. Now, like I mentioned, this really isn't all that difficult of a challenge, so we didn't have to make any modifications to the Camilla Emblem, but we'll run through them really quickly. Their default kits, whenever I jump into a challenge for the first time, into what I use. So we got Vanilla Camilla here, Bewitching Beauty Camilla, merged at +10, Speed Asset, Camilla's Axe with Special Refine, Reposition Draconic Aura, Distant Counter, Renewal 3, Hone Flyers, and Chill Attack 3 for the seal. We've also got Spring Camilla over here, merged at +10, has 5 Dragon Flowers and Summoner support, has a speed asset, Grandraven Triangle Adept build, Reposition Draconic Aura, Vantage for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Distant Defense 3 for the seal. And next we've got New Year's Camilla, also merged at +10 with a speed asset, has a Slaying Edge with an attack refine, Reposition Gale Force, Death Blow, Desperation, Goad Flyers, and Heavy Blade 3 for that seal. And then finally we have Tropical Beauty Camilla, so Summer Camilla, merged at +10 with an attack asset, Blar Blade Fury Desperation build, Reposition Draconic Aura, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Flyer Formation 3 for the seal. So like I said, the enemy forces don't actually engage or move forward at all on turn 1, so you can take the time to position yourself. The easiest 2 targets to snipe straight out of the gate are going to be both Alm or Faye, so choose one or both. If you position yourself appropriately, you could both snipe May and Alm and probably take them both out on turn 1, but we're just going to take out Faye, so that's who we're going to be targeting. So we'll just position Spring Camilla so that next turn she will get the Hone Flyers buff. And in addition to that Hone Flyers buff, she'll just be able to, she'll have the necessary room to reposition back to safety. So she'll go ahead and initiate on Faye on turn 1. She'll tank that noontime, and that's fine. She'll double and kill. And now we're just going to make sure to use Summer Camilla to reposition Vanilla Camilla to safety, because now Summer Camilla is in the range of the Red Cavalier, and she has the Hone Flyers boosts to her Blade Tome, and she'll be able to tank without any issue. And we'll just kind of shift New Year's Camilla back to safety a little bit more for better positioning next turn. The Red Cavalier goes down, the enemy units advance, the guard effect goes off on Vanilla Camilla here. And now we just clean up. We use Spring Camilla to take out the Lance Knight. We're just going to shift Vanilla Camilla out of the way and then use Summer Camilla to take out Alm. And now everybody is getting that Home Flyers buff for the following turn. If we just rest with New Year's Camilla, they're going to further advance here. And then easy peasy, all we got to do is just take out the Cleric however we really want to. And then, again, take out the Axe Cavalier. We'll use New Year's Camilla. So yeah, very, very easy. Like I said, you can use any assortment of teams to clear this Bound Hero battle and do it in style. So let me know in the comments below what strategies and teams you ended up using to clear this Bound Hero battle on Infernal difficulty. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you all so much for watching and taking time out of your day to spend with us. We really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, let's protect those skies.